Good morning.
Morning.
So, parenting hacks, this would have helped me out when my kids were little. Where were you when I needed you?
Yeah.
Boy, you're not the first person to say this. I've heard people say, boy, I wish this book came with a time machine.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
All right, so you have a bunch of things that parents can do to help them out in those situations that happen to all of us. Let's get right to it. What about the diaper blowouts?
Diaper blowouts happen, don't they? They really do. And there are things that you can do about it. Unfortunately, preparing beforehand, there's not much you can do to actually prevent it.
Right. Now, for people who don't know what the blowout is, and I'll try and be as gentle as I possibly can.
Because it's morning, and breakfast time,
What happens is, for some reason, these kids are like a time bomb ready to go off. And it always happens to you when you're far away from home, and maybe it's freezing cold outside and you're in the car.
Yeah.
Then they explode, and it not only it doesn't stay in the diaper, it goes all the way up their back. It's everywhere. So what are you supposed to do about that besides putting them in a rubber suit?
Well, so much for not describing too much.
Thank you, Asha.
Well, the first thing that you can do, actually, they sell something called puppy training pads, believe it or not, for house training puppies. They're these, disposable waterproof pads, and those are thin and very easy to line your car seat with, so you can place those in the car seat, so at least you're protecting the car seat, if anything.
I wish
That's
I
one
had
thing
known
to do.
that.
That is such a good idea.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. It's brilliant.
Save yourself a little bit of hassle. But I think the other thing that you can do, which was a real lifesaver, which I can't understand why I never figured this out myself, and that is that if your child is wearing a onesie, which is a little T-shirt that snaps underneath their legs, you can peel it off from top to bottom as opposed to taking it off from the bottom to the top, which makes it a lot easier when it's really messed up after a diaper blowout.
Yeah, well, we actually had to use the jaws of life to get our kid. It was that bad. It was like, we're going to have to call 911 on this one.
Yeah. Now, see, Asha, Mark has 3 kids, so he really gets it. See, I don't have any kids, but I love the idea of, I have pets, so the doggy training pads are brilliant. But you have tips in here that everybody can use, whether you have kids or not, like this one, and I've used this. Put toothpaste on the back of a picture frame to figure out where to hang it.
I know. That doesn't seem obvious at first, but it's such a simple little tip. You literally use the toothpaste it's almost like its own little chalk line. You put a dab of toothpaste on to the little hook, and then you just gently press it wherever you want to hang the picture, and then there's a little mark on the wall that you can use for the nail.
Now, are you supposed to clean the toothpaste off afterwards?
Who's going to know?
Okay. All right, here's one that I hear a lot of complaints from parents, and I have them at my place, and I've given up, and it's the stuffed animals. My kids, my daughters, between the 3 of them, I swear to you, have 477 stuffed animals, and they have a name for each one, and they know the name. And they're like, Dad, can you go get Shauna? And I'm like, Shauna? Who's Shauna? And then they describe, I'm like, I have no idea. Here's the box.
You're not alone. You are not alone in the proliferation of stuffed animals that threaten to take over your house.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So in Parent Hacks, in the book, parents over the years have sent lots of really creative ideas for how to store these stuffed animals. One of them, which I really love, is to actually get an empty floor pillow cover, a big, basically zipped-up pillowcase, put all those stuffed animals in there, and now it doubles as a fun spot for kids to lounge on and jump on. Mm-hmm. Basically a big lumpy pillow.
Good idea.
In the corner.
Yeah.
So that's great. An empty beanbag chair. You could put them in a hanging shoe organizer. All those little small ones like Beanie Babies and those little collectible small animals can just hang right on the back of the door.
But I thought this was so cool. Use a pool noodle. Those long things that the kids kind of float on in the pool, and you can buy them at the dollar store. Put it under the fitted sheet to keep the kids when they're learning to be in their big bed from rolling out. Mm-hmm. Brilliant.
This is a brilliant hack, and and the person who submitted this hack also is brilliant. And I think that's the thing. These tips they come to people, and people have the urge to share them in order to help somebody else. It's a really wonderful community of people.
Yeah. You can also use the pool noodle to stop your husband from snoring. Think
Please
about
describe.
it. You could use it.
I think you bonk them, right?
Yeah, well, whatever you want to do. I mean, all right. Great
So
book.
good.
Available everywhere?
It is available everywhere, and it's a great gift and wonderful for baby showers, and
that's right.
Hopefully, you'll love it.
And your website once again is parenthacks.com too. So Asha Dornfest, we appreciate you taking time out to talk to us this morning.
Thank you so much for having me.